Hi, welcome to this video tutorial, and of course I remain Moses. So far I'll be giving you hints on how to create a business website. In this video tutorial we're going to create our contact us page, and I'll also introduce you to other widgets that can be useful to you. So I'm going to come back to my dashboard. I'm going to click on edit, open this in another tab, drag it all the way here, and I'll wait for that to load. Cool. So I'm going to come to templates and I'll make this elementor full width. By now it should not be new to that, and I'm going to click on edit with elementor. I'm going to come back to this dashboard and also click on the about us. I'm going to click on edit. I'm going to drag it all the way here. I'm also going to make this elementor full width. I'm going to click on update. So for now I'll leave this. I'm going to come back to this to edit this particular one. So to save us time, I'm just going to come back here to copy this section. We'll click on paste. This time around I want to use background image instead of color. I've showed you how you can use slideshow. I've showed you how you can use color. You can use gradient also, as you can see. You can use gradient if you want to, but I want to work with, you can use video if you want to, but this time around I want to work with image. I'm going to select this and I'm going to select this as my background image. Perfect. I'm going to come to background overlay. I'm going to give it background overlay color. I'm going to give it color of something like black or blue, something like this. I'm going to come to advanced and I want to increase the padding to something like 80 top, or better still 100 top and 50 down. Perfect. Now I'm going to create two columns and I'm going to select this. I'm going to give it padding top of 70 and padding bottom of 70. I'm going to drag in forms. Boom, and we have it right here. I can decide to turn off the label, and you can add as many fields as possible. You can add different fields. You can add radio. You can add anything you want. I can add file upload. I can add anything, but for now I'll just leave it as this: name, email, and message. So you can customize your form. And now this is where you need to pay attention. If you want to create forms on Elementor, these are the important stuffs. The name, after setting all this, you must come to advanced and give it an ID. Make sure the ID of each box is unique. I can just give this a random ID of label A. I'm going to close this. Email, come to advanced and give this label B, and come to advanced, I'll give this label C. I'm going to close this. You can decide to show your label or hide it. The button must give it an ID. I will give this label D. All the ID must be different. So action after submit. I want to collect the submissions. I want the submission to be sent to an email address, and I also want to redirect users after submission. So to collect submission, I will show you where you can see that to collect submission. For email, I want the emails to go to this email, and this will be the subject, and I also want this one to be this email. So I'll just copy this and paste it right here. Perfect. I come to redirect. I want it to redirect to the services page after submission. I'm going to copy this link. I'm going to click on this form, and to redirect I'm going to paste the link right here. Step settings, we are not working with steps. If you want to learn how to work with steps, make it to the mentorship program. Now I'm going to come to additional options, and you also want to give this an ID. I'll give this label, let me just give it label U. Custom messages, I'll turn it on. You can change the messages that will be here. If the message is successful, this is the alert they will get. This is the alert they will get. If this error message, this is the alert. And you can come here to customize your form, to style it. So I'll just do basic style. I'll just come to buttons and I'll change the color of the buttons to blue. by now you should be familiar with styling and stuff like this. I'm going to click on update. I'll open this in another tab. I'm going to click on view, the little eye icon here, and I'll show you something quickly. So if I input my name Moses and email, I'm just use Moses, and this is a test. If I click on send, I get a message: the form was sent successfully, and I got redirected back to our services page. So if I come back to the dashboard, I come to Elementor and I click on submissions. You can see this is the submission I just made just now, this particular one. It gives me the email I submitted, the action that it was successful, the form submission, that is the form, that is the contact form, the page where the form is, the contact us, the ID and number one. So that is what submission collection is. If I come back here and I come back to content, you can see it right here. We have collect submission and redirect, and we set all those stuff. So if this email actually exists, if this email and this one actually exists, I will receive the mail. But currently I'm here to create that. I'm here to teach you how to create web mails. Cool. So you can add other text here. You can add your phone number. One of the best ways to do that is create heading, and I just call this so you can keep on developing it. You can add your contact details, you can add basically anything. You can design the page to look anyhow you want it to, understand? So for now I'm going to drag in the map. I'm going to drag in the map, and this time around I'm going to select this section and I want it to be full width and no gap. Perfect. So I'm going to click on the map and I'm going to increase the height, something like this, and zoom in. So if I decide to put my address, I can put an address. Let me just choose Eco Hotel Lagos. You see that the map will change. As you can see, Eco Hotel and Suites. I can decide to zoom in so that our map will be full. People can trace us easily. As you can see, as simple as that. So you can add more content here if you want. Let me grab this, come back here, and I'll click on this little plus icon above and I'll paste this map. Perfect. As simple as that. You can add your contact details, your address, and so on and so forth, phone number and stuff like that to the right column here if you want to. But just play around with all these widgets. Though I'll still familiarize you with some basic widgets, but for now just play around with the widgets and see which widget is used to do which. You can't be good at using something until you practice it, and definitely I can't show you how to use all the old widgets. It is still the same process. Drag in a widget, set it, go to style it, and advance, give it padding, margin. Still the same process. I'm going to click on update and we have this. So let's wait for the map to load, and we have this simple as ABC. I can start to scroll on the map directly on the website. This is Google Map. I can start to zoom in. I can start to zoom in and drag this guy up and down. I can start to zoom out. I can start to use real-time satellite by clicking on this little icon here. Boom. And zoom all the way in. So this is the map. If I want to see the map on a more larger screen, I can start to visit this link directly, directions and stuff like that. So that's the essence of the map, and that is how to use it. So all I'm just doing is show you how to create basic structure of a business website. So we're going to go over to this particular page, about us page. We'll click on edit with Elementor. So I'm going to close all these ones. I think we are basically done. I want to be introducing you to some basic widgets that you can use to create your business website. You already know what the inner section is used for. For example, if I create a big section, inner section, I can split this, but let's assume I want to create another inner section inside this. I can decide to drag in an inner section to split this more. Stuff like that. That's what the inner section is used for. You have the heading, image, text editor, video, button, divider. I already made your divider. Spacer is used to add space to a column. Most times we won't use this. Google Maps, icons. You know what the icons are used for. Which other one we will use? I'll show you how to use the form. The login. If you want to learn how to use the login, you have to make the mentorship program. You can use slides to create slides on your website. You can use slides. Most times if you want to use this, you need to click on this section and I'll make it full width so to cover all the screen, and no gap, so to cover the entire screen. I can click on it to set individual slides. As simple as that. I'm going to close this one. MC others, animated headlines. This is even more simple. If I want my animation to double, very simple, zigzag, so the wordings will be changing and to be animated. If I want it to be something like coily, can use anything. Strike through, rotating. If I want rotating and I want it to be something like blinds, as you can see, this is simple, straightforward. Clip. Now I use this particular one on my website. Let me show you something quickly. I go to mosesmed.com. You see I made use of this particular heading style on my website. It's about how you can combine all these widgets to come up with a good structure. So if you come to my website, as you can see here, I made use of this to achieve this. So just play around with all these widgets, see which is used for which and how to combine them together to come up with a good structure, a solid structure for your business website. They'll be learning more on all these widgets in the mentorship program. This training is just to guide you on how to get started and get things going. So the mentorship program is to solidify you and go into details on what each widget is used for and how to combine them to form a good and beautiful website. So just play around with all these widgets. Another thing I'll show you is the carousel, image carousel. I use to create carousel of images. So if I click on this and I select say 5 images, create new gallery, insert gallery, and we have this guy. If I come to full size, slides to show 3, slides to scroll 1, and additional option, I'll come to style and give it space in between, and give this image space. Then come to contents, should be here, additional options, autoplay, image carousel, I think should be here, should be in the style. So this is to customize your arrow, this arrow right here, and customize your arrow and customize your bullet points and stuff like that. If I click on image, I can centralize them, I can align them to the left and stuff like that. So spacing, I want to use a custom spacing. Look at that. I can decide to increase the spacing, I can decide to reduce it. So just play with all the widgets. Another widget I want to introduce you to is the testimonials. Is the testimonial carousel. I'm going to drop this in right here. So I can decide to make this default skin. I want it to be bubble, and layout, image inline, blah blah. We have that. Slides per view, I want it to be 3, and we have this, and slide to scroll 1. This is used to create testimonials. If you have testimonials from your clients, can use to create your testimonials, and you come to style to customize it. As simple as that. Simple and straightforward. So just play around with other widgets and see what they are used for, then come up with your own business website. When you are done, you can drop your link in the group for us to review. We'll check it. I'll check what you need to improve on, what you can do, and stuff like that. But for you to get more actions, you need to make it to the mentorship program, where we'll teach you how to combine all this widget to come up with a masterpiece that is solid enough. So basically, we are done with creating a business website, and in the next set of video we'll go back to working on our cPanel, where we'll be learning how to create webmails, add on domains, how to post 2 websites on one post, and stuff like that. And of course, I remain Moses, and I'll see you in the next video.